Welcome, everybody, to the Untitled podcast. I'm your host, Christian. Evan's not here today because he's on a work trip that has been prolonged just a little bit, so it's just me today. Sorry, but I've also never done a podcast by myself, so this is going to be interesting for me because it's my first time doing this, and I've never just I have just talked to myself into a microphone because I have an obsession with microphones, but this is the first time that I'm going to be publishing myself talking to myself, sort of, because I've made YouTube videos before where I talk to myself, but this just feels a little bit different. But anyway, yes, I'm by myself. Evan's not here. So we're going to be doing things slightly differently, but bear with me, and hopefully it's not going to be that bad. So since Evan's not here, we're doing mostly the same thing, but slightly different. So my week, what have I done this week? Well, the last episode of the podcast was me and Evan talking about my first drunk experience in Las Vegas, and that was very fun. And when Evan comes back, I do want to talk about Vegas and everything, because there's been lots of time in between Vegas and now. There's a lot of things that I've done that I want Evan to know, but if I just tell Evan to go listen to the episode, he's not going to do it because he doesn't listen to these. So I'll just tell you about what I did today. Well, today I did not do many eventful things. I went to the dollar store. I bought some sodas and a Rice Krispie treat and a hairband for a new light that I have because it's really awesome. But I want to tell Evan about it. So. And then I got gas and really not it's so weird because it's hard to do a podcast about Evan and Christian without Evan. It's just not the same. But anyways, let's get into movie review. Cue the sound. Boom. So, since Evan's not here, I still haven't seen that movie that I was supposed to watch. I don't know if we're still going to do that, but I have been watching lots of movies. And one of a really good movie I saw recently was Ghost Rider, which is not a new movie, but it's an interesting movie. It's a Marvel movie, and I love Marvel movies. I'm not too into the comics, but I do really like the movies. And I'd never seen Ghost Rider before. Me and Sabrina watched it. She chose it. But yeah, Ghost Rider, very interesting film. It's about, what the hell is it about? It's about this stunt motorcyclist, and he gets chosen by the devil to become he's a bounty hunter for the devil, and his skull catches on fire. Very interesting film. I would watch it again. It's that good. It's very much a cartoon, not a cartoon. It's very much a comic book movie. But something that I did notice is that Nicolas Cage, the main actor in Ghost Rider, he's ripped in that film. His body is sculpted, and it's like, oh my God, how, that's a goal. I seeing him like that makes me want to work hard and work out and stuff, and I want to look like that. Wow, man, the body on him is just wow. Go watch the movie, and you'll watch that part, and you'll see what I mean. But anyways, that has been the movie review. Cue the outro. feel like this episode is going to be a little bit short, but that's okay. You know, the important thing about, I feel like when like making videos and stuff is, I think the important thing is just to like put things out anyway, like just put something out, you know, and that's what I'm doing here. Even though, you know, the show has, you know, 2 hosts, one of them's gone, but you know, I'm making do with the I'm making the best out of a shitty situation, you know, but whatever. So next is Google Feud. Let's cue the Steve Harvey.
Evan and Christian, welcome. I'm Steve Harvey. Today's game is Google Feud. Now let's get started. Google Feud is the best game we didn't know we were waiting for. The game uses the internet and pulls real questions and results directly from Google. The answers are illuminating and sometimes depressing. Now that's enough out of me. Go play the game.
I think Evan likes the culture one, but I think I'm going to do people or names. I'll do names. I haven't really done names. Okay. Linda. The prompt is Linda blank. I'm going to put Linda Johnson. John, that's not how you spell Johnson. Johnson. Wrong. Damn. Linda May. Oh, okay. Second red X. Linda Jones. Third red X. Okay. That was bad. Since Evan is not here, I will do 2 rounds because, you know, he does 1 round, I do 1 round, so I'll get to do a different one. So the first answer for Google Feud is Linda Blair. Second is Linda Sarsour. Then it's Linda Cardellini. Interesting. And then Linda Evans. My goodness. Linda Hunt, Linda Sanchez, Linda Perry, Linda Tripp, Linda Hamilton, and Linda Thomas. Okay, well, that was really not good. I failed very, very hard. Let's do, so there's culture, people, names, and questions. Let's do questions. Okay. The Google Feud prompt is, do fish ever blank? I think me and Evan have done this one. Do fish ever sleep? Let's put in sleep. That's the number 1 answer for 10,000 points. Do fish ever blink? That's the 8th answer for 3,000 points. Do fish ever drown? That sounds very stupid. Oh my God. That's the number 4 answer for 7,000 points. Do fish ever drown? Do fish ever do fish ever fly? Because I know there are fish that do like jump out of the water. Okay, that's the first red X. Fish do not fly. Do fish ever eat? Well, of course they eat, but I'm going to put that in anyway. That's the second red X. Okay. Do fish ever... Damn. Do fish ever... This is kind of difficult. Damn. Do fish ever... I'm going to just put swim. I know it's stupid, but I really can't think of anything else. Do fish ever swim? 3 red X's. Okay. So the first answer, I got it. It was, do fish ever sleep? Second is, do fish ever get thirsty? Third, what the third answer is, do fish ever explore space? I don't understand how that's even an option. After that is Do Fish Ever Drown, which is the one that I got. Then it's Do Fish Ever Fart? That would be really funny to see a little fish going by and you see some bubbles coming out of it. Next is Do Fish Ever Sneeze? Then Do Fish Ever Get Bored? I don't think so. I feel like fish are those types of animals that don't really think too much. They're just kind of there. Then it's Do Fish Ever Blink, which is the one I got. And the last two is Do Fish Ever Go to Sleep? And Do Fish Ever Get I choked on my own saliva. Do fish ever get tired? That was the last one. I did a lot better on this one than the Linda one. Linda is just I'm not good for that name. Linda. Anyways, this has been the Google Feud.
Wow, that was amazing. It was pure gold. Evan, you sucked. But anyway, that's it for Google Feud. We'll see you on the next episode of the Untitled Podcast.
Catch us next time.
So the next segment is one of our sponsors, PodDecks. So I've got a bit of a pickle here. I'm in a bit of a dilemma. So when we went to Vegas, I took my PodDecks with me, and Evan did not. And there's a bit of a mathematical thing where we both read a certain amount of decks from each of our decks. I have 2. He has 2. So I took mine to Vegas, and I used mine. So by the end of the season, we were supposed to have 0 physical decks. But now that I've used more than him, the numbers are just off. And now that he's not here now, I don't want to use my decks because that's just going to screw everything up even more. So what I'm going to do is go to PodDecks.com and use their digital online decks.
This episode is powered by PodDecks.
Okay, so I'm on PodDecks.com right now, and I've got 2 cards. I'm not sure what decks they are from, but nonetheless, these are PodDecks, and they're not going to screw up my pile, So, the first question from PodDecks is, given the choice of anyone in the world, whom would you want as a dinner guest? That is... Wow. That is very difficult. That's very difficult to ask. Now, the first person that comes to my mind is Adam Savage, because that man is lots of things. He does like to build physical things, but he also creates lots of digital things. He made a book. He made an audiobook. He's got his YouTube channel. He's got his website. So he's got lots of digital things and physical things that he would be a really cool person to have dinner with. My next guess, I mean, the question says, given the choice of anyone in the world. So that's just one person. So I guess that answers that. Adam Savage. I'd like to have dinner with Adam Savage. That'd be very cool. The next question from PodDecks is, what habit can't you seem to quit? Now, I've got lots of habits. My number one habit is eating really bad food, like hamburgers, lots of sugary sweets. Funny enough, I'm not really too into like candy. Not a huge fan of candy. I don't really like caramel. Caramel's not that good. Like, it's just weird. But like donuts, chips, fries, corn dogs, like I like junk food a lot. And I know it's really not good to eat that type of food, but that's one of my habits. Also, okay, if that doesn't suffice you, I don't know if I said that correctly, but if you don't like my answer, because eating bad food isn't really like a bad habit, it's just like making a bad choice. One actual habit that I do have that's not very good is that I bite my fingernails all the time. And it's just really not good to bite your fingernails. It's good to let them grow and then just cut them with, nail clippers, because that's what nail clippers are for. But yeah, I bite my nails all the time, and I don't know why. I have no idea why, on both my hands. I don't know if it's because I'm nervous. I don't know if it's because I've got, like anxiety. I don't know. But I just always bite my nails. I always bite them. But that has been PodDecks. If you'd like to get some PodDecks of your own, you can go to PodDecks.com and use the coupon code TUP10 or download their mobile app, PodDecks. So that has been this episode of the Untitled podcast. Thank you for listening to this episode. I know it's been very short. Usually it's a lot longer because, when you have a conversation with someone, it tends to drag out a little bit. But it's just me, and I was kind of rushing everything. But thankfully, there's an episode out, so thank you all so much for watching this episode of the podcast. There's really not much else to say. Go get some PodDecks. Go get on Anchor. And have yourself a beautiful day.